Ladies and gentlemen, another day, another teaser. This is once again another teaser from the upcoming Operation Strike from the Shadows, which, as we know, we found out the name from and the specialist character in yesterday's teaser. Of course, that would be Spectre, and the name of the operation, I already said it, is Strike from the Shadows. Now, today's teaser is a little bit different, a little bit more cryptic, and a little bit less clear as to what it is actually talking about. You saw it at the very beginning there, but I'm going to play it one more time for you. So there are a lot of theories going around about this teaser. Some people are saying that this is the dam blowing up that we talked about yesterday, that this is going to completely change the blackout map. Some other people are saying this is a zombies teaser. I don't think either of those options are correct, and that's what we're going to talk about today. On top of that, we also have some leaked images from the Strike from the Shadows event that got leaked yesterday that we're going to talk about later in this video as well. Now, before we dive into that, I just wanted to let you guys know that today I will be doing a live stream, and as every Friday we do custom games. So we do things along the lines of gun game, hide and seek, one in the chamber, and it gives you guys a chance to play a bunch of games with me. So that'll be on my Twitch, the first link down in the description, and we'll start around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in that, you want to play some custom games with me, like I said, first link down in the description. Now, without further ado, let's talk about this teaser. So lately I've been getting a lot of tweets and comments on my videos congratulating me on getting some of my predictions revolving around the next event, Spectre being the next specialist character, and all this stuff correct. Now, the thing you gotta remember is a lot of the time when I'm making these predictions, the theory that I follow is known as Occam's razor. If you've never heard of it before, basically the definition of it is whatever the simplest explanation is probably the right explanation. It's used in a ton of stuff today and is generally speaking a pretty good way to go about predicting something. For example, if it looks like butter, it tastes like butter, it's probably butter. Unless it's I can't believe it's not butter. That's a bad example. A better example is if you're out late at night and you see what appears to be a shadow of a dog, it's probably not a wolf or a leopard. It is probably literally just a stray dog. So why the hell am I talking about this, and why is this important to the teaser that we got today? Because once again, I believe that the simplest explanation is the explanation. As you can see by this teaser, there is 3 different images shown on this laptop. Now, as we already know, Treyarch has announced that there is going to be 3 new multiplayer maps added by the end of April. In other words, from Strike from the Shadows. So the obvious explanation, or the easiest explanation, is that each of these images is an image from each of the multiplayer maps being added within Black Ops 4 in Strike from the Shadows, aka on Tuesday. But I thought I would also address some of the rumors going around about this as well. The first of which is that this is actually a Modern Warfare 4 teaser. This is not a Modern Warfare 4 teaser. I know it was tweeted from the Call of Duty account, not from the Treyarch account, but you have to know that they wouldn't tease something like this before they announced the name of the new game. After they announce Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty Ghosts 2 or Infinite Warfare 2, after that we may get teasers like this. But as of right now, this is not a Modern Warfare 4 teaser. Also, the other giveaway is that Treyarch retweeted it, so obviously it's about a Treyarch game. The second rumor is the idea that this is actually a teaser for a new zombies map. Now, the reason for this and where this stems from is one of the images in particular. It's this image here, and what this is it's a statue of the Norse god Odin. Now, this is something that you would expect to see in a zombies map. In fact, some people are saying it reminds them of Gorod Krovi or something like that. However, the timing doesn't add up. They just released a new zombies map, and I'm guessing they're once again going to release the next zombie map halfway through the life cycle of Strike from the Shadows. So I'm really guessing that this is not a teaser for zombies. I just don't think that's the case. Also, with everyone saying that this is Odin, I really don't know if that's the case. This is not the type of helmet that Odin normally wears. As you can see in the images of Odin, it's often in a helmet with like almost wings coming out the top of it. And on top of that, the weapon that Odin normally uses isn't a kind of axe, it is a spear. So I'm also not 100% sold that this is actually a statue of Odin either. Now, the other idea that we have to address here is that this is actually the blackout map, that this is what is going to happen after Spectre blows up the dam like everyone is expecting. So the reason for this is when you watch these, you can see clearly there is an explosion going on on what appears to be some sort of water tower. On top of that, it shows you another thing on fire. And then the Norse god, or Odin, is in some sort of cold mountain. So some people are assuming that these are going to be the new areas on the Blackout map. Now, I do think there is a pretty good reason why people are thinking this. First of all, if you look in the background, you can see blueprints laying on the table. In the last operation, the way that they teased the changes for Blackout was with blueprints. So I can see the crossover there. On top of that, in the actual tweet, the thing that they showed, the only thing written in the tweet was an emoji of mountains. So people are assuming that the dam is going to blow up. All of a sudden, that area is going to become mountains that are frozen, and Odin is going to be there, and some things are going to be on fire because of the explosion. I think it's a pretty damn good idea, but I think it's just a little bit too complex, and I think we'd have more teasers along that lines if this was the case. But hey, I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. And if you disagree with me, feel free to let me know down in the comments. So let me give you my opinion. So the three things that we are looking at here on the laptop are going to be the 3 multiplayer maps added on Tuesday. Now, I'm also going to look at each individual image and try to decipher what these maps are going to be all about. Really, only one of them we get a good idea. So let's start with that one. So this is once again the Norse god, and what does this look most similar to? It actually looks most similar to a DLC map in Black Ops 3 called Berserk. Oddly enough, this was my favorite map in any Call of Duty game ever. Literally my favorite map ever. I loved this map. Now, on this map, there is once again another statue. It is a different statue, once again of a Norse kind of god-looking character, but it is a different looking Norse god. It is not the same statue. I did look. Not the same thing. So I'm assuming the map will be similar to that. It'll be in the mountains, hence Treyarch's tweet of the mountains. And on top of that, it'll be cold, and it'll kind of have this Norse mythology to do with it. Now, from here, it gets harder. Honestly, the next 2 scenes could be on the same map. It's very difficult, and they don't give us much. The first one appears to be like a water tower or something like that exploding. I don't know what this means. I don't know how that's going to work into a multiplayer map. And then the last image, I have no idea what this is. It's just a red thing that's on fire. That's all I can see here. If you have any idea what this is, let me know down in the comments. To me, it looks like something from a map from Infinite Warfare, but that's all I can take away from this one. So, like I said, if you have any ideas what the hell that is, let me know down in the comments. Now, I will say, I'm guessing that throughout this weekend, probably every day, we're going to get a new teaser revolving around another map. So, as always, I will keep you updated on that. So, that's really all I have to say about today's teaser. To me, it just looks like the 3 multiplayer maps we're going to see. But, as I said, if you have any other theories or you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. Now, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about in today's video, and it revolves around actually yesterday's teaser. As we talked about in the trailer/teaser, it looks like Spectre is trying to blow up the dam in Blackout. So, taking this a step further, what happens if Spectre actually does blow up the dam? Well, most of the map of Blackout would flood, and it would change the map completely. I would imagine that a good portion of the map would actually be covered in water. This would add a different game style to Blackout, and on top of that, it would create for an idea of a completely different theme. Speaking of which, last night some game files were found within Black Ops 4 with possible skins for future characters within Black Ops 4. All of these skins revolved around one theme: pirates. Some of the specialist characters had peg legs, some of them were just wearing pirate attire, and I can't show you these images, but I will link to someone's Twitter down in the description, and it'll show you these images that I am talking about. So we are actually looking at a possible pirate theme going forward throughout the next operation, which I find pretty interesting. Is this guaranteed? No, absolutely not. These were very early images, which means they might be scrapped altogether. But at the same time, I think it's a pretty interesting theory, especially when you consider the fact that the map of Blackout might get completely covered in water, which would completely change it, and a pirate theme would make a lot of sense then. But at the same time, we still don't even know if this is what's happening to the Blackout map for sure. I just thought it was a pretty interesting theory and idea. So once again, feel free to let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, as always, guys, if you did enjoy this video, I always appreciate it if you hit that like button. And with all of the news coming out revolving around this next operation, Strike from the Shadows, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, as it is the best way to stay up to date on all of my videos. And of course, around the corner, we should be getting some Modern Warfare 4/Call of Duty 2019 news fairly soon. So to stay up to date on all of that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this you are, and I want